Last night, I was reading through this Tesla conference call for a second time because it was so meaty, and my wife called. She said I sounded down, and I admit I was really bummed. I told her that the source of my chagrin was none other than Elon Musk. What did he do this time, she said. She thought it was something political. I said, he didn't do anything. I just knew that no matter how hard I worked, no matter how hard I studied, I could never be as smart as this guy. But it wouldn't surprise me if Musk actually cracks the code for both of them. Instead, he's wowing us with talk of the most advanced humanoid robots in the world. He thinks that the long-term value of Optimus, his robot initiative, will exceed that of everything else Tesla has done. And you got to wonder how much of that is real. But even if a fraction of that humanoid robot story comes true, shareholders will make fortunes. Then Musk talking about autonomy and the joys of the fully self-driving vehicle that he thinks will soon be ubiquitous in every country, including ours. Sounds preposterous? Musk says, and I quote, if you've got billions of miles that show that in the future unsupervised full self-driving is safer than human, what regulator could really stand in the way of that? End quote. He argues it will be part of a customer-owned fleet, kind of like an Airbnb on wheels. He's betting autonomous driving could be a $5 trillion business. And then there's Tesla's energy business, specifically the energy storage backlog. This quarter, energy storage deployments more than doubled, giving the division record results small, but doing incredibly well. As I see it, the key risk with Tesla was that Musk might leave over his pay package. Now that he's staying, I recognize that he's just better than everyone else when it comes to envisioning the future.
My wife contacted me last night when I was reading through this Tesla conference call a second time since it was so detailed. I admit that I was rather disappointed when she commented that I sounded depressed. I informed her that Elon Musk was the reason behind my pessimism. Thinking it was something political, she questioned. What did he do this time? He didn't do anything, I said. I simply knew that I would never be as intelligent as this guy, no matter how hard I worked or studied. Whether he's developing humanoid robots or breaking the code for artificial intelligence, Musk has a knack of making everything seem conceivable. Rather, he is wow us with his descriptions of the world's most sophisticated humanoid robots. He thinks that Optimus, Tesla's robot project, will be more valuable in the long run than anything else the company has accomplished. You have to question how much of that is true. However, shareholders could profit greatly even if only a small portion of the humanoid robot scenario is realized. Musk then discusses autonomy and the pleasures of completely autonomous cars, which he believes will soon be commonplace in all nations, including ours. Preposterous, to use one word. Musk responds, what regulator could really stand in the way of that if you have billions of miles that demonstrate that unsupervised full self-driving is safer than human driving? In his ideal future, these self-driving cars would be a part of a fleet owned by customers, a mobile version of Elon. He is speculating that the autonomous driving industry might be worth $5 trillion. Next is Tesla's energy business, which focuses on the backlog of energy storage. The division achieved record results this quarter as energy storage deployments more than doubled. Despite its diminutive size, it is doing remarkably well. In my opinion, Musk's potential to quit his compensation package was the main risk associated with Tesla. I've come to the realization that he's simply superior to everyone else at predicting the future now that he's staying. We're delving into some of the most talked about subjects in the automotive and technology sectors today. We're examining intense competition in the mobile phone industry, how significant investments are affecting how businesses are seen, and how these tactics stack up against Tesla's innovative methods. We're covering everything, including the race for innovation and calculated financial decisions. So fasten your seatbelt and prepare yourself for an enlightening voyage into the realms of finance and technology. Make sure to click the like and subscribe buttons first, though. Let's get started. Welcome to Tesla Stock News. And first, Jim Cramer. Yes, that asterisk Mad Money asterisk Jim Cramer. He has a lot of faith in Tesla. He devoted a whole portion to lauding Tesla, stressing both its present accomplishments and its prospects for the future. Cramer discussed Tesla's technological achievements in electric vehicles, its growing global market share, and battery advancements that have the potential to completely transform the energy industry. Tesla's leadership in autonomous driving particularly excites him, and he believes that their future developments could put them well ahead of the competition. Cramer also praised Tesla's remarkable revenue growth and rising profit margins, highlighting the company's strong financial performance. He highlighted Elon Musk's visionary leadership, which he sees as a key factor in Tesla's unrelenting success and innovation. Some interesting questions are brought up by Cramer's passionate endorsement. What will happen now that someone like him is so firmly supporting Tesla? Are we witnessing noteworthy changes in the stock market? Cramer's confidence may stimulate further investor interest and push the price higher, so if you own shares, now might be the time to buckle up. Speaking about large brains, Elon Musk received a lot of praise for his intelligence. We're talking about the kind of smarts that truly make things happen, not just book smarts. How does this person come up with ideas that no one else does? He's not only having huge dreams, he's actually bringing them to life. That is somewhat uncommon, isn't it? Now let's talk about what makes Musk unique, his ability to solve problems. It's not just about having ideas. It's also about turning them into reality and resolving issues that the rest of us perceive as insurmountable. He solves problems like no one else. He will solve any problem, no matter how complicated, once he gets his hands on it. He seems to have a different perspective on the puzzle than the others. Furthermore, discussing Musk would be incomplete without mentioning those that surround him. He attracts the best, not simply talent, and then challenges them to push the envelope, be creative, and essentially aim high. Working with Musk means more than Jew. In relation to manipulation, let us discuss Jim Cramer, the mad money man who always has something to say about stocks, you know. His recent discourse on Tesla has abruptly changed. Cramer has historically taken a more cautious approach to Tesla, frequently emphasizing the dangers and unpredictabilities connected to the company's lofty objectives. Suddenly, though, he has adopted a longer-term outlook, highlighting Tesla's potential for steady expansion and innovation. However, why now? Given the gloomy climate for megacaps like Tesla, hardly one was interested in the amazing story he delivered during the call. People commented today that Tesla is just a vehicle firm, nothing more, despite Musk's best efforts. There is nothing in the foreseeable future that would support the stock's current price. Perhaps the bright future is the only reason you need to buy this week. In fact, I believe that makes sense, at least as a starting point for purchases. What counts is that you must wait, exercise patience, and have a long-term perspective. Musk rambled, and you might be able to use his brilliance for your portfolio during the rotation. It's probably something to think about. Tesla has been making steady progress, reaching significant milestones, growing its market share, and pushing the boundaries of technology. Cramer's abrupt change in tone is a little perplexing. It sort of confuses you, doesn't it? Given that Tesla's trajectory has been comparatively stable, why the change of heart? This leads us to Cramer's recommendation to purchase Tesla stock. This is a strong suggestion from a very powerful voice in finance, not simply a simple endorsement. There has been much conjecture over Cramer's intentions due to his bullish outlook. Why has he suddenly become so excited? According to some analysts, it might incorporate market manipulation strategies in addition to Tesla's potential. Think about the impact that media figures like Cramer have. With just a few words, they may influence public perception and, in turn, stock prices. Tesla's stock price may rise if Cramer encourages more investors to purchase the company. His advice's sincerity is called into question by this type of conjecture. Is his newfound optimism motivated by calculated maneuver, or is he sincerely optimistic about Tesla's long-term prospects? For investors, it is essential to comprehend these dynamics. The impact of the media on stock prices is a potent instrument. Therefore, it's important to look further when a well-known person like Cramer reverses course. What are your thoughts? Is there more to the story, or is this a real change of viewpoint? This entire situation raises serious concerns regarding possible media manipulation of the stock market. If accurate, the idea that covert intentions could influence our financial choices is somewhat frightening. Hedge funds frequently engage in long-short strategies, which include betting on some companies to rise while anticipating that others would fall. The problematic part is that some funds may employ significant firepower to regulate market movements in order to safeguard their positions. Take a moment to consider that. It's about controlling the game, not just playing it. And occasionally, the strategies they employ might err on the side of legality. It's a major matter to control the market to safeguard your own interests, particularly if doing so violates the law. Speaking of breaking the law, let's discuss a more dubious strategy: spreading untrue tales. Consider a situation where there are rumors circulating regarding large corporations such as Apple and Verizon. These rumors aren't just ordinary rumors. They're designed to manipulate or hold down stock values. Why? To aid hedge funds in their trading tactics, particularly those that use positioning limits and options trading. It's similar to writing a play in a drama where the people who stand to benefit the most write the script. Furthermore, these funds have the ability to significantly influence market reactions by fabricating a story about impending news. Although it may appear to be a good approach, it is morally dubious and a minefield for regular investors. When the game may be rigged, how can you make wise choices? In the meantime, competition is as intense as ever in the cell phone market. Similar to how Tesla revolutionized electric vehicles, businesses are always pushing the boundaries. Big companies like Google, Samsung, and Apple are constantly competing with one another to outperform one another. In order to stay up with our increasingly linked lifestyles, they are introducing new technology at a dizzying rate, improving features like cameras to almost professional levels, prolonging battery life, and incorporating AI to make gadgets smarter and easier to use. Every year, we witness breakthroughs that were previously unthinkable, increasing the capability and usefulness of our gadgets.